Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another amazing video on the commemorative coin $half series. Today I have a special treat for you. Well, it's also a special treat for me because it happens to be one of those things that I absolutely love when it comes to United States history. Well, matter of fact, maritime history in general. The coin that we have today is the Huguenot Walloon Tercentenary $half. And why does this play such a significant role, not only in the US history, but in my book of coins that I really enjoy in the series? Well, number one, it's got the New Nederland on the back. It's an amazing triple-masted ship that is quite phenomenal and has quite the amazing history when it comes to the founding of New Nederland, or as many of us know now, New York. And this happened in 1624. It was so significant, in fact, that in 1924, a group known as the Huguenot Walloons, they're a church group, the Huguenots, the Walloon was the family, so that's how we got Huguenot Walloon, sought the commission to the coin program to say, hey, we would like to celebrate the 300th anniversary of this. And they wanted to do a private church fundraiser to raise enough money to do this. And the way that you got this coin was to send $1.50 in. This was the first time that it wasn't $1 for a commemorative $half. It was actually $1.50, and you had to mail it in. They were only available via mail-in. Now, a quantity of 300,000 initially were suggested, but by the time they minted the coins, it actually ended up being 142,080 of these. Now, you can find these in MS-62, MS-63 for between 130, 150, 170 bucks. So they're actually fairly affordable until you get into the high-end coins. And we'll talk about those in just a minute. To truly understand the importance of this ship, we need to understand a little bit of history, and we need to understand a little bit about ships in general and the founding of the colonies. Now, the mint released the Huguenot Walloon Tercentenary in 24. This is 300 years after the settling of New Netherland. This was done through the Dutch West India Company. Now, there are two people, Admiral Gaspard de Coligny and William I, who was Prince of Orange. You may know him as William the Silent. Now, they weren't directly involved with the founding of the colony. They came much earlier. However, they were the ones who started the religious movement to try to get people to allow those that wanted religious freedom a place where they could serve and practice. Sound familiar? Sounds very similar to what happened in the same general time frame in another part of the world. Remember that one of our major constitutional elements is the foundation of the freedom of religion. And again, this coin celebrates that. If we are to look at the ship, this ship experienced more than 250 voyages between the Dutch Republic and the colony of New Netherland. And these happened between the years 1609 and 1664. Now, ships were crucial. They were extremely important to the survival of the colonies, not only in the foundation, but in military support as well. They would do things like transport colonists, administrators. They would deliver food, provisions, supplies, essentials, weapons, clothing, and all those other things that were essential from life. See, the colonies were so far from the cog of regular existence, they needed their lifeline, their link between the Netherlands and New Netherland. Now, one thing that's unfortunate is that ships really aren't addressed when we talk about the founding of our nation and the crucial role that they played in. And it doesn't matter if we're talking from Maine all the way down past the Carolinas. The ships were one of the major factors in ensuring that our nation became what it is. So there's a lot of really cool things to be known about ships, ranging between the 13 and the 1700s. And again, they were crucial when we were talking about the founding of our nation. Now let's talk about prices in the higher ranges. Now I told you I would come back to this, and because this coin right here is a mint state 68 plus. Now why is that important? Well, because in July 28, 2022, this set an auction record at $47,000. So while you can find these in the medium and moderate grades, finding these in the really high end will pay a mountain share. All right, folks, this has been the Huguenot Walloon Tercentenary 300th commemorative half dollar, celebrated in 1924. But next week, we have another icon. You've seen this not only in coins, but in posters and on silver and gold bullion as well. And that is the miner. You'll see this in the California Diamond Jubilee that was created in 1925, celebrating the 75th anniversary of California's statehood. So do me a favor. There's two videos here. One is the playlist for this series, and the other one is a video that I think you're really going to enjoy. So go check that out, and we'll see you in the streams.